All right, ready? Verbal confirmation?
Yep.
Required. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games.
And
board gamey things.
Board gamey things, exactly. Exactly. We are here today with a little bit of a different video. It's an announcement video. Did you know that?
This is a you video.
Things are changing.
I'm just
Jeff.
here.
This is an us video. This is our lives changing.
I'm just here.
Right before your eyes, our lives are changing. Something big is happening. We have already told our Kickstarter backers.
We have.
We have already told our Patreon community.
We have.
Now it's your turn.
Yes.
Okay? And if you're like, oh, what's happening? This is scary times. It's not scary. Everything's going to be great. So, in the spring, well, let's start back a little bit. Let's start now. Jeff and I have just purchased a building.
That sounds crazy.
Because it's a little crazy. And you're like, okay, cool. Why are you telling us this? Well, we're telling you because the plan for the building is set in stone.
It is.
We are going to be opening up a hobby and game cafe, aren't we?
The dream.
In Mahone Bay. So, this has been something that Jeff and I have wanted to do, probably since a little bit after we got into the hobby. This is one of the reasons why for years and years and years, people are like, why don't you call your games? And my thought process is...
No, don't.
No, because what if we open up a game cafe
I don't like
someday?
you applying justification to your nonsense brain.
Well, guess what? It worked out, came in handy. So Jeff and I are going to be opening up a hobby and game cafe. So it's not specifically just a game cafe. Here's the vision. First of all, the name is the Cozy Gull Hobby and Game Cafe. Limited, because I got to incorporate. It's just the Cozy Gull Cafe for short.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be opening up in spring of 2026. We're probably going to do what?
That's the goal.
That's the
goal.
Let's
be clear.
My goal is to do a soft... What the heck is happening?
Oh, my leg was pinched.
Jeez Louise. The goal is to do a soft launch opening in March and then to open fully probably in April.
Yeah. So
we'll do like some trial days to make sure everything is working well. So how it's going to be right downtown Mahone Bay.
Yep.
Right across from Amos Pewter.
Downtown.
One street.
The one street.
It's one street that has a lot of foot traffic. It's a tourist town, so It's a busy street. But the plan is that you're going to walk in and it's going to be a little cafe. You're going to be like, wow, this is really cute and cozy. I quite like this. There's going to be some tables. You're going to be able to order your coffee and your baked goods. There's going to be some window seats.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so lovely. But then you'll go, what's back there? What's going on back there? Well, in the back...
In the burrow.
In the burrow. So the front is the meadow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The back is the burrow.
And the upstairs is the nest.
Is the nest, which we'll get to. But in the back, that is where the actual game cafe is going to be. So if people don't want to go be cool and play games, that's fine. They can be less cool to just drink coffee.
Yep.
But people can go in the back and it'll be like your standard game cafe where it's like you pay for the hour and you can have access to the entire library. But it's not just board games. Mm-hmm. It's also hobbies. So you can go back and grab a hobby cart. You can grab a puzzle. You can grab some coloring. You can grab whatever is back there.
Some coloring.
You can grab some coloring, whatever you want to do. Maybe a watercolor. Mm-hmm. Get some yarn. It's going to be back there.
Sure.
Do what you like. So you can go and pick your hobby. You can change it up throughout the time that you're there. And then just chill with your friends. And then we're also going to have, in honor of Jeff.
That's not true.
The branch. Which is the retro gaming nook.
So there will be a small section for people to, if they want to sit down and have a coffee and sit on the couch and play a retro game, they can do that.
Yeah, because we've got all of the systems, we've got lots of games, so we're also going to have that.
Yeah, the vision is just a place for people to come and spend some time. Because there really isn't a spot like that locally.
No, not to like there's a spot to get coffee or to get food, but there's not a spot to just come and like chill,
and hang out with a friend or family.
Do some activities, that kind of stuff. There's also a massive backyard, so we are planning on having like picnic tables and stuff out there so people can chill outside. My plan is to do a mural so that people can get like some sweet Instagram photos in the back.
Yeah, and there's space to hold markets and we have lots of plans. Mm-hmm. It's probably too much to cover in this
Definitely too much to cover in this one video.
But it's exciting.
It's very exciting. And as we mentioned, the nest. So it also does have an Airbnb upstairs. Now the Airbnb is going to be a 2-bedroom. It's going to hold up to 6 people because there will also be a sofa bed in the living room.
Yep.
And we're also going to have some games up there because we like to force feed people board games. That's something that we enjoy doing. But it is in the heart of downtown Mahone Bay. So people, if you're looking for a little board game retreat,
it's not up yet.
It's not up yet. No, but the Airbnb will be opening first. That's
hopefully end of July into August of this year.
And then it'll be open all year round, just not every single day of the year, basically. So that's the plan. That's what we're doing. And now the question becomes, what does that mean for Foster the Meeple? We're shutting it down. No, I'm just kidding. It's not gone. But what it does mean, because obviously this is going to be taking up a lot of our time, my time in particular.
Yeah, let us be a little bit more clear. I am staying with Dice Throne. This does not impact me at all. I very much enjoy my job. I didn't really want... I am supporting Jamie in whatever capacity Jamie needs me to support her in. But this is her journey. And I'm there for her to
work evenings and weekends.
Yeah. But nothing is changing for me from a professional standpoint. Just to be clear.
Yes. So this is kind of my thing. I will be running the cafe, doing all the planning, doing all of the stuff.
And then calling me being like, hey, this is broken.
Exactly. Yes. There's a lot of work to do. But what does that mean for the channel?
Sure.
Because there is a lot of work to do. Like, we've got to basically renovate the inside relatively quickly. We've got like 8 months to do it. So that means that I am most likely going to be going down to 2 videos a week.
Which I want to be clear, I've been trying to get Jamie to do for 2 years.
Yeah.
But me saying it doesn't matter.
No. But here's the thing. Right now, our standard video schedule is 3 videos a week.
Yeah.
Recently this year, it's been more like 4 or 5 videos a week. It's been kind of crazy, which makes sense because it's my job now, and that's totally fine. But it's just not going to be able to continue on that way. So we will not be committing to 3 videos. If 3 videos happen to get out, that's
there fine. It is.
But if not, that's fine. The goal is going to be 2 videos a week. And I do just also want to say that also might mean that if only 1 video gets out in a week, that also has to be okay. Jeff really struggles with that.
You don't have to say that to me.
Jeff struggles with that. Jeff's going to continue doing his retro games streams and all of that stuff, and I'll still be streaming for Van Ryder for the time being until it potentially doesn't make sense. But like, that's the goal. That's the plan.
And I also think it's worth mentioning now too. Like, we have kind of gotten away from the DNA of our channel, and we've identified that, and I don't think anyone that watches is not aware of it. So it's not a bad thing. It just was a product of what kind of transpired over the past 6 or 8 months.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I haven't been in a ton of videos. I've been traveling a lot. We've been doing more preview stuff because the demand has increased. But we're going to try to get back into a routine of at least once a week having a dedicated video with the 2 of us, doing some of the stuff that we
love to
got away from doing.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I mean, let's be clear, life comes at you fast and things can change.
For sure.
But that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan, and we're going to I think right now we've got a lot of stuff scheduled already in terms of like paid content, but like we will be slowing that down and being quite a bit choosier in terms of like how many spots we open up for that kind of thing. But Foster the Meeple's not going away, so don't worry. The community's not going away. We would die if that happened. I would just die. We're going to die of fun. So, but Also, I do want to mention, now that we have our own space, we need to figure out, once everything gets set up, capacity. We are hoping to, we've mentioned it in other videos, we are hoping to host our little mini Foster the Meeple convention like we want it to in Nova Scotia. It will be limited spaces. It will not be until probably fall of 2026.
At the earliest.
At the very earliest. Because usually hitting October is when tourist season starts to peter back a little bit. So that means there's more options of places to stay. But we will keep everybody posted on that. It will be going out to our Patreon community first. I just want to mention that because I just think that's fair. They're the people that...
Yeah, in terms of like getting a spot.
Exactly. Correct, and then after they get first right of refusal, it will open up a little bit more. But we are not going to know any of that until we know capacity and what's going on.
Don't... What I would say is don't freak out about any of that right now. Like if you're not a Patreon member or whatever, like this isn't.
We'll be making announcements so far in advance that you'll be able to worry about it later. This isn't
necessarily like, obviously if you want to support us, that's great. But like this isn't a call to or a challenge to be like, well, if you want to come, you have to be a Patreon member. No. It's just
I'm just setting expectations, I guess.
And again, we don't know what capacity is going to be because again, like, is it something that we host just at the cafe? If that's yes, then that limits how many people we can bring. If the demand's high, do we find an off-site location that we can host more people? So there's still a lot to figure out. So don't.
But I also do think first year. It's just going to be small.
Yeah, and it's going to be small not because we don't want a lot of people to come, but we have to figure out how it's going to work.
Sense.
Yeah,
for sure. So that's another thing kind of going on. But that's the big announcement. So it's going to be a big life change. It's going to be, you're going to see a change. It's not like you're not going to see a change. I am planning on documenting the process. And we'll most likely post that on our other channel, Everyday Magic with Foster the Meeple. Not a regular one.
I love...
What?
Just Jamie loves to just add work.
I love
making content.
This is
already going to be so much work. And she's like, yeah, but I'm going to film all of it too and edit it. And I'm like, oh my God.
You guys want to see it, don't you? You want to see the whole process from start to finish.
Of course they want to. That doesn't mean you should do it.
I want to do it too. I think it'll be a nice, it's like a memory book.
Just note this in 8 months when she's like, oh, I didn't commit to this. Because that's coming.
Well, it is what it is. Anyways, that is the plan. We get the keys on June 20th, so the journey starts. Yeah, if not, it'll be that following Monday.
23rd.
But that's what we're doing. That's our life change.
Yeah.
It's a big life change. I'm extremely excited. I think for me personally, my old jobs were all within recreation volunteer management, which means I was working with people every day. I was on my feet every day, running around, doing a bunch of stuff. And since I left that side of my career and moved into HR, tech, whatever, editing, YouTube, I've been sitting on my keister for a solid, I don't even know how long at this point, too long. I need to get out of the house. I need to be up. I need to be with people. I need to get my mind going. So I'm personally excited because I feel like this will be very good for me, for my personal health, for my mental health, for everything. I think it's going to be a good change for me.
Yeah, one more thing I agree with everything Jamie's saying. I think it's going to be great for both of us because there's going to be stuff that I need to do and I need to get out of the house and blah, blah, blah.
Events and do all that fun stuff.
Part of that too, I want to mention an important piece of this for me when we were doing it and talking about doing it was hosting some after school stuff. So
yes.
Part of this mission, I guess, is to facilitate at least once a week some sort of after school program where kids can come hang out for free.
Kids play free, yeah.
Because that's important to me. And so anyway, that's part of it as well. That all being said, I want to chat quickly about the Airbnb. And you might be like, why do you need to say all of this? Well, it just is what it is, and some people have expectations on things, so I just want to clarify. The Airbnb is great, and I'm really looking forward to people being able to book that and come spend time in Mahone Bay and experience Mahone Bay. But I want to be clear that if you book the Airbnb and you're in our community, that does not come with the...
We hang out.
Yeah, with the expectation at all that we will be able to spend time with you. I just want to state that because...
You'll see me in the cafe.
I think it just needs to be stated, and I just want to be clear that sometimes we have to set boundaries, and I'm setting that boundary now. I want people to come and explore Mahone Bay in Nova Scotia because it's objectively beautiful. But again, if you're coming, don't book the Airbnb. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But don't book the Airbnb with the expectation that also means we get to hang out.
Right.
Because we have our own lives. You are all strangers to us for the most part.
Right.
So let's keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
If you want to book it, whatever, and then reach out and be like, hey, we're going to be there. Do you have time to play something? That answer might be yes. It might be no. It probably will be no. But just wanted to state that because I think it's important to draw that line.
Worst case scenario, you come down to the cafe and I'm working, you could say hello to me in the cafe. But that I guess is a really good, it's the same thing as at a convention when we're working. Yeah. We're working. So we just, I think it's a good boundary to set. But like Jeff said, it's not to say that we're not going to chat and give you some time. Try to chat, give you some time. But Jeff isn't going to be there most of the time. And
I still have a full-time job.
He still has a full-time job, and we still have a full-time Juno.
We have a full-time job, a full-time Juno, and a full-time renovation that needs to happen. So
very true, very true. That is everything that we have for today. We'd love to know in the comments below, what is your favorite drink and snack to have at a cafe? Asking for myself so that I know, but that's everything. So if you're interested in buying board games, we now have a conundrum.
We do.
But the point is, go to your friendly local gaming store. If you're in Halifax, that's the Boardroom Game Cafe.
It is.
And in 2026 of the spring, you could check out the Cozy Gull Hobby and Game Cafe. But we're going to have a very small retail.
Let's be clear.
Still just go to the Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yeah, still go to the Boardroom Game Cafe. We will have a very small selection of games that you can purchase just in case you want to. But it will not be a retail shop in that way.
No. That's very true. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.